Okay, so here's the deal. You guys know how this works. Basically, you call in to the 407-279-1754 number. You have your legal question right up front. No story mode. No story mode. And use fake name when you call in. And you get about 5 to 7 minutes to go ahead and have your question answered. If you need more time, we created this other option where you email the law firm and say, I need a full hour. And then we send you a mini contract and you can pay for one of those little 250 per hour private sessions. But this is like your starting point. If you can't get an answer real quick on a situation, then you go to the bigger thing. The bigger thing, a lot of people hire me for essentially like running hearing questions with them when they can't get a hold of their attorney or non-legal rep, telling them like what are their options as they're figuring out, what's their disabled timeline when they're starting to slow down with work. All kinds of things. People hire me to go through their CDR forms and figure out, okay, what should they put down? What's the statute language, etc. Now, with that said, I know we're starting super late tonight. It is 11:35 p.m. But here's the deal. Because Sweetie's still going through her surgery stuff, I'm getting more worn out more easily. So I need more time to recoup in between working at the law firm, doing a little bit of house repair stuff, and then basically getting into this. So with that said, we did have some people who called basically much earlier. I'm going to wait to see if we have any callers, and I realize it's super late. Let me go ahead and put this up real quick. Here we go. Boopity boop. The phone number you dial is the 407-279-1754. Now, with that said, if we don't get any callers, which would be super rare, it only happens on Facebook and it's very rare if that does happen, then I'm going to end the video early and I'm going to go sleep. But if we do get some calls, we're going to hit it and go into it full tilt. Now, with that, there you go. Okay, so here we go. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. How can I help you?
Hey, I'll go by Neo then, and I got two questions for you.
Perfect.
First question is kind of like I've watched a lot of your videos on what to look for on if somebody's you're doing a after you've been approved and you're being reevaluated.
Okay.
I mow and I edge. My doctor says okay. I told that to the ALJ when I got the thing. And I have to do recovery breaks. How bad is that? Or should I hire somebody instead?
Okay, so you're like doing commercial landscaping, right?
No, I'm mowing my own yard. I do not do commercial.
Okay, but are you mowing other people's yards at all for money or no?
No way. I can barely do my own.
What
2 days.
What are your top three most severe disabling conditions?
Top three, I had a fusion at C7, so I've got nerve pain, spinal stenosis, radiopathy to my right hand from like neck to hand, carpal tunnel, and then I have some leg stuff too. If I walk too long, I start to limp.
How big is the area that you're landscaping, you're mowing and weed whacking?
Basically, I would maybe like 2,000 square feet. But it's not. That's how much. Like I do my front yard and my back, but I do it over a couple hours.
Rider mower or not?
No, self-propelled mower.
All right. So imagine this, right? Your neighbor reports you for doing stuff. They send out a CDI person. CDI person gets a full video of you mowing the entire lawn. And your whole claim is, musculoskeletal limitations with movement and rotations. How do you feel that's going to look in an ROI report that goes before the SSA when you have to defend yourself to keep your benefits when they give you an overpayment?
I don't know. But that's how I've been going through with my doctors and everything. They've been telling me to exercise, but I see your point.
Well, let me point. And you made a really good point, and I think the culture has changed a lot when it comes to the whole idea of exercise, because there's exercise in what you want to do, right? And people are like, I ride my Harley, that's therapeutic for me. I ride my lawnmower, that's therapeutic for me. And then there's exercise as in like you're going to the YMCA and somebody's watching over you, or you're in some sort of therapy related, group that's helping you with rotation of your body. What do you feel an adjudicator from the SSA is going to look at with more preference towards essentially exercise?
Probably physical therapy, but I'm also doing that. I'm also going to a pain doctor like twice a month as well. So I have a lot of medical stuff that I'm doing. I'm telling them, and they're documenting that.
Okay, now I want you to be the attorney here. I want you to put your attorney hat on, and you're going to play the role of disability attorney, and you're going to defend me, a person who received a notice that they are withdrawing benefits and an overpayment is being done, and that they're doing this as a result of video footage showing a person holding up a weed whacker, carrying the weight of it, which weighs, actually, let's see what that is. What does the average weed whacker weigh?
About 15 pounds.
Weed whacker weight. Does not come up with a thing immediately. So it's saying weighs a mere. Wait a minute. Let me find like an actual. Hold on. The standard weed whacker. Let's look that up. The standard. What is the standard? Hold on. Let me just weed whacker. Echo. Okay. So hold on. Echo weed whacker. That's what I use. I love those. Let me see here. Let me get the most standard one used, which is the 225. 225 is like the most used one. Let's see what we got here. Hold on. Okay, here's Echo's Weed Whacker. I love this Weed Whacker. It's total. It's just a cute little weed whacker, but it's light as hell, and I use it for everything. So this is probably on the lighter side. So I'm giving the benefit of the doubt here. Let's see if I can find dry weight includes. Yeah, it's got to include everything. 11.5 pounds. Okay. So that's pretty. That's above 10 pounds. And usually a lot of approvals are below 10 pounds. So I guess my question to you is, how long does it take for you to weed whack an area?
I can maintain normal stuff for about maybe 10 to 15 to 20 minutes max. And then I got to take like a 30-minute break.
And then do you go mow the lawn with the push mower?
It's often the mowing takes like about 3 cycles. So maybe an hour and a half altogether with the breaks. And then the weed whacker can take, I'd say, maybe 2-3 hours.
Did your doctor specifically put it in your medical notes that they are instructing you to do weed whacking and mowing?
No.
Has any medical provider beyond your PCP acknowledged that you're doing it and recommended it?
I talked to my pain doctor today about it. I've talked to them several times about it. And they sent like 1,600 pages over when I got my approval last year.
But what are they saying? Like, do they say they support it, that it's therapeutic, that it's mental,
they do support
physical?
it because it's exercise, and they said like you still need to do anything that's getting movement rather than just sitting down and resting.
Now remember,
if I don't do anything, it'll just get worse.
The pain guys aren't the major authority on exercise. The pain guys are the pain guys. The therapy people, the range of motion, the orthopedic people, that's your exercise people. So, Anita Marine, thank you. Army, Florida. Very cool. Thank you for the $1.99 donation. That's awesome. Give a little thumbs up there. Very cool. Thank you for your service as well. That's awesome. I'm just checking out the picture. Very cool. So my question to you is, like, who are your specialists in all this? Like, what type of specialists do you have?
I have a physical therapist I go to about twice a month now.
Okay.
I have a pain doctor and a GP.
Okay. So what does the physical therapist say?
She says to do it, but it took a while. Sometimes I would overdo it and I couldn't do anything for a day, but she said to do a little bit at a time. And that's been documented in her notes too, is that I'm trying to do things slowly and at my own pace, but just not to overdo it.
What does a little bit at a time mean?
It depends. Before I could only do like 5 minutes, and then I had like a 30-minute break. Now I'm doing like 10 to 20, but it seems to be plateauing at that point. And that's over like about 2 years.
All right. Now, obviously, I as an attorney cannot, I can't advise you that that's a smart thing to do. Like, Like, it's obviously not a good idea. But at the same time, I want to be fair with this. At the end of the day, I feel like, just to be really fair, you could build your medical record to include some of these functions. But if they've got you out there and they're shooting video for a 4-hour period, where you're, off and on doing all this landscaping around your house, trimming some trees, trimming some bushes, whatever, that's going to sting your record,
But here's the thing too. I was listening to your videos before this too,
Sure.
and I had my LGO hearing last year in October.
Mm-hmm.
I got approved. It was September, and I got approved in October.
Mm-hmm.
I told the judge this too,
Mm-hmm.
and I explained exactly how I explained it to you. And so I'm thinking that's in the record too, because I didn't want to lie to them or anything.
Yeah, but remember that judge is not the same person you're going to have when you're going through a CDR.
Okay.
You're going to have DDS reps at the initial 2 steps, and then probably a different judge thereafter. So you can't base it off of what a prior judge. And remember, you could have had a high approval judge. Do you know which judge you had? Like what the judge's name was?
It was a Harris County judge in Texas.
I mean, so
probably
here's the thing:
like a 44% approval.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty standard average right now. Point is, judge liked your claim, like the impairments. But to be fair, remember, every year it gets a little bit harder to be found disabled. You got to be careful because you might have gone in there and been approved on a day where there were a lot of people who weren't as impaired as you sitting in front of that judge. So just look, you can do it, but I can't, as an attorney, say that it's safe to do it. But you can do things to get it built into the record to have them say you should be doing this, like almost as if they're prescribing you to do it.
I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it on the sideline there.
Perfect. Excellent. So anyways, good sir, I will catch you a little bit later. And I think you had 2 questions, but call in next week and we'll grab the next question.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, good sir. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye. I want to do a super thank you to Tiffany Alvarez, who did a $3 donation. That's awesome. Howdy, Tiffany. Howdy, howdy. Very good to see you. Very cool. That was the 5th super like on the live streams that we're doing today, which is absolutely amazing, which is very cool. So with that said, and remember, it's super late, so we're not getting a lot of callers calling in because it's almost 12, it's almost midnight at this point. But we did have one caller. Let me go back to that one caller who just called in a second ago. So we can kind of get this rolling. I think I'm going to have an easier night than normal, which is quite nice. Although I have to figure out how to operate this phone upside down. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And we're dialing. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what we got going on. All right. Let's see if we can get this person on the line. Go ahead and answer some questions for disability benefits. Here we go. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live right now. I just wanted to give you a quick call back. We are answering questions on the live session. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Yeah, that was, I just done my 3rd hearing.
Okay.
I'm on dialysis, and I keep getting denied. And I just want to know what next step I should take to be able to continue this process.
Well, let me ask you this. Obviously, major issue when you're on dialysis. So, walk me through what are the impairments that you're dealing with? What's going on with them? You said this is your 3rd hearing, so like the 3rd time you've gone in front of a disability judge.
Well, yeah, I didn't go in front of one. I've had phone hearings.
Yeah, telephonic hearings. Yeah.
Yeah, and so my medical issues I got going on is I'm diabetic. I have CHF. I have neuropathy, and I'm on dialysis, and I've turned in all my medical records with Social Security, and my last hearing was just on January 12th, and I just got the response back saying unfavorable decision.
Okay, so let's go through the basics here. When it comes to this, is this a situation where you have to spend a significant amount of time each day going through medical procedures to basically keep you happy and healthy?
Yes.
What are the medical procedures that you go through that take up time throughout your daily functions?
Well, I can't really function. I can't really walk. I'm on a walker. I need assistance walking. because of my neuropathy.
Mm-hmm.
And it just really gives me a hard time. And both my hands and my feet, I really can't control it. I need assistance, for example, doing stuff.
Okay.
But that's my main deal. Is I have no use of my hands or my feet at this time.
Okay. So just to clarify, were you prescribed the walker?
No, I got that on my own because back in 2017 I had a quintuple bypass surgery.
Damn. Okay, go ahead.
And after that surgery, that's when I had a problem walking. I didn't develop neuropathy till late 2021.
Okay.
That's when I found out my kidneys were going bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't start doing dialysis till like the first quarter of 2022.
Okay.
And ever since then, I've been on dialysis, and it's just a difficult, every day is difficult for me.
Okay, so let me ask you this: how often, like, how many times per day, or sorry, how many times per month? Well, walk me through. All right, so what I want to go over is what slows you down on your daily activities or your wake up, fall asleep, what you do in between. What slows you down from doing the basics, right? Cooking, cleaning, laundry, paying bills, etc. Walk me through what is unique about your medical situation that you got to do a procedure here, there, and there that other people don't. Walk me through it.
Well, I have to know really normal. The only thing normal is like, for example, if when I get out of bed and I just need to go use the bathroom,
mm-hmm.
It's like even that right there is just because of my neuropathy, I have no balance or sense of balance on my feet, and I just can't really function well. Even when I leave the house, my family has to walk me out to the car.
So when you say walk, but remember the question. Okay, so you've had 3 hearings at this point. Did they prepare you on a lot of these questions, or has this kind of been like a just go into the hearing and see what happens kind of gig?
Well, you're talking about what questions they asked me?
Well, I mean, because here's the thing, like, so when I run questions with people who have had hearings before, what I try to assess is like how good they are at answering the question that was asked. So the question that was asked was, what are the procedures that you do throughout the day from when you wake up to go to bed that slow you down, that are like medical procedures for your impairments? Like what do you do for them that the average person would not be doing? And so you're like, okay, well, my family members have to walk with me to walk me out. And I get that. That's good. I get that that's going to slow you down to get from point A to point B. But like, walk me through like, the actual medical procedures, what it's like taking your medication, what it's like doing the, things for your dialysis, what it's like, having to put clothing on. Like, start bullet pointing for me and give me the bullet points fast. Because when you're in front of the judge, you've got to bullet point this stuff out quickly so you can get all your testimony in.
Oh yeah, my son, he helps me get dressed.
Okay.
Like, he dresses me up.
Okay.
Every time I need to change clothes, he dresses me up. When I shower, he comes in and he scrubs down below my knees because I can't bend over and control that. Scrubbing my legs and my feet down.
Mm-hmm.
But I obviously use a chair in the shower.
Okay.
I take my medications every day. On diabetic medication and high blood pressure medication. Like for example, I can't even open a water bottle up. My son, I can't. Basic things like that I can't do.
Okay. So
I don't know if I'm answering you right.
All right. So talk to me about, difficulty when it comes to making food. Talk to me about difficulty when it comes to trying to do laundry. Talk to me about difficulty getting into the car, getting out of the car, getting to the doctor. Talk to me about how your life takes more time than the average person. Go ahead.
Well, as far as laundry and making food, my family does that for me. Um, like I said, I can't even open a water bottle, but as far as my, other daily functions, I just go from my bed to whatever chair is out there that I'm available, that I sit on. I really...
He's asking you? He's asking you, like, how do you get into a car? How do you get out of the car? Do you just jump in the car? Do you get an assistance? He's asking,
well, you guys help me into the car.
well, he's asking you, like, you're in the room, like,
Here, why don't you help me answer? This is my wife.
Mhm.
She helped me. Yeah.
So let me re-ask the question to her real quick. Specifically, what takes him more time to do, and what is unique about how it has to be done for him from when he wakes up until he goes to bed?
so he can't do anything on his own. He can sit up in the bed, and he can get up. He has to immediately hold on to the walls, the chairs, whatever's closest to him, and walk, sit down, and then we have to, like, get his food ready for him, open his bottles. If he goes to the bathroom, one of us has to help wipe him because he can't feel with his hands.
Mhm.
Or we put a glove on him and he tries to do it himself,
Mhm.
but because he can't feel, it's going to get on his hands.
Sure.
You can get in the car. He has to hold on to one of our shoulders if not using the walker.
Mhm.
We get him in the car. I have to, do the seatbelt for him. He definitely cannot turn on the car or drive a car.
Mhm.
He probably walks about, I'd say 20 steps. He's got to stop, take a break for a second, and
Mhm.
go on walking. If it's like walking through Walmart or Vons or whatever, definitely not. He needs a electric chair to get around that part.
Mhm.
I think that I messed up originally when I did the applying, helping him apply for the thing. I think I messed up maybe on the dates or something.
Okay.
And they're trying to go far back, and we applied. I guess I applied for the Title II, not knowing that we should have applied for the Title 16, which would have been automatic.
Mhm.
And the judge said automatically you get Title 16 because of your dialysis.
Mhm.
So I don't know. They keep trying to go back to the Title II and trying to get us the back pay for that, and that's what they're denying us for. When really it's like we just want him to be on the disability for whatever he qualifies for, and they keep saying no for the Title II, but the judge was supposed to make a decision for the Title 16 as well, and his kidneys last time we checked were only at like a 2% working, so he definitely will not get better from that. And then, he's had lung surgery, he's had heart surgery. We just we don't know what to do.
What's his date?
We can't go back to where he worked.
What's his date last insured?
What was it? His day last insured.
A date last insured. Yeah, if you're not sure, do me a favor, call the SSA local field office tomorrow. Ask them what his date last insured actually is. Then give me a call at the office tomorrow. I'm going to be basically working on those private hour calls in the morning until around 2 p.m.-ish. So just give me a call somewhere around 2 p.m.-ish. If you get somebody else at the firm other than me, like back office, front office people or whatever, just ask them to shoot me a text and I'll give you a call back. I mean, this is not a claim that should not have been approved unless he had a DLI issue.
Right.
And if he had a DLI issue, yeah, we'd have to look at the attack. When was the last time he worked?
Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I messed up on the dates as far as what I did the online application, and I think I did the dates wrong, or they got confused, or I applied for it wrong.
Okay.
And I understand, like, that's my fault. But there's at some point they should have been like, okay, well, we're not going to go back this far, and he doesn't get disability for back then, but he can start getting disability from this date or this time, or we don't know what to do anymore, and we've been battling this for 3 years.
I gotcha. So give me a call tomorrow.
If you can help us in any way, I'll have him call. I'm going to be at work. My son and him can call
tomorrow and figure that out for you, and then call you back with it.
Perfect. Sounds good. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, and we'll catch up soon. Yeah.
Okay. By the way, I subscribe to your channel.
Oh, good, 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 good. Excellent, good sir. Hopefully, we should be able to go ahead and get this thing wrapped up for you. That way, you're getting at least some checks, some health care, because your list of impairments. It's the. I had multiple hearings today, and none of the impairment and none of the claimants I had were as severe as you are. So just to be fair, and I some will be approved, some won't. I can't promise which one either way. But the point is, this is not a claim that we'll work on it tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, so you can definitely help us out and get us in the right direction.
Yeah. This is yeah. We can fix a lot of these issues, but I'll catch you tomorrow. Let me grab the next car and I'll talk to you around 2 p.m. ish. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot, Disability Resolution PA. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Yes, hi. My daughter, she was denied in California by a judge, and she appealed to the appeals council, and the appeals council actually approved her.
Okay.
They found fault in something about that the judge did, and they sent the letter and everything. And now we since moved to another state. We're in Texas, and now it's been is it called remanded? It's been remanded back to the judge, but now it's a new judge.
Yeah.
And he's in Texas. He's going to be in Houston.
Sure.
So my question is, should she hire an attorney for this, since it's already been approved to be by the appeals council?
Well, technically, it's not approved. It's just remanded. They found an error as to law fact that the judge did. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not an approval. Do you? So here's the thing, and I don't want you to read the letter to me because it's going to have personal information in it, but do you have the appeals council letter? Yeah. Do you have it with you there, like the appeals council remand?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Can you, without telling me any personal information, read the paragraphs that specifically talk about what they want, like what the error was and what they want the judge to do? Like just those, it's like a little bit farther down from the top of the page, because the top of the page is like the, intro-y stuff. And then you get like where the AAJs talk about the specifics of the claim. Can you, without giving me any personal information, tell me what they said?
Well, it's like a lot of things. It's not just one or two. I think they found like 5 things.
Okay.
That were at fault.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I don't have it like right handy.
Okay,
I have
gotcha.
To, like, go look for it.
So here's what I would say. They did give her a new judge, which, they're not doing that a lot unless they find like a lot of potential issues, because usually with telephonic hearings, they could have the old judge adjudicate on the same claim, which they try to do because let's just call it like it is. The old judge is going to know the claim and not have to do a full re-review. But when you do move areas, sometimes they do that. But I mean, bottom line is this. All right. So I would have to see what the remand orders were. Like what was the reasoning for it? The other side of the coin is, how old is she? Is she like, yeah, go ahead.
She's 24 now.
Okay. So most attorneys won't take those claims because, there's no potential grid out, they're under 50 kind of gig. So it would have to show, pretty darn severe impairments for an attorney to actually take that claim. So would an attorney take the claim is, I think, the first question to ask. And that comes down to medical severity of the claimant and remand. And then also what the attorney is going to ask is essentially which judge has she been given? Because if it's a super low passive rates judge, then the attorney is not going to spend time on the claim because they don't want to take the claim when it's a likely denial. So I would say this is more of a give me a call tomorrow kind of gig. And then, shoot me a text message with like the, what are the remand paragraphs that say the judge did this wrong, the judge did this wrong, because it's usually a couple of things. It's usually the judge didn't consider medical evidence from a particular provider. The judge didn't give enough weight to a particular thing, or the judge basically stated something incorrectly, or, there was something that was left out of the hearing in total. Those are kind of your mainstays. But I'd have to see if those, remand orders really change the outcome of the claim versus the original unfavorable letter. Because remember, when she gets a remand, that doesn't mean, she's disabled under the rules and regulations. That just means that the judge made errors and the judge has to fix those and then render a new decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can she add new medical records when she goes to her new hearing? Her new hearing is in May.
So if you look at the AC letter and you go down to the bottom, does it say that the judge, that they want new medical evidence to be added, new vocational expert testimony to be given? Like, does it say those things more towards the end of it?
Yes. In fact, I got another separate letter from the judge, the lady or whatever. They said that to send all medical records and everything new.
Okay, gotcha. So, basically she's getting a new hearing. That's what it's coming down to. And they want the judge to specifically fix certain things. So I'd have to look at the claim, unfavorable denial, and then, figure out basically from there, is it something that has a likelihood of approval? What are her top 3 most severe impairments?
Okay, so she has osteogenesis imperfecta type 1,
Okay.
which is brittle bone disease.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She has a lot of anxiety. She can't even walk into a store without being afraid she's going to fall and break a bone. Mostly just that anxiety, and then her impairment, her disability, her brittle bone.
Okay. All right. With the brittle bone, where is that at? How are the measurements coming out? What are they saying?
They're saying, well, there's no cure, but there's just she just has to be careful. It's not like a calcium deficiency or anything. It's more of, she was born with it. So it's like a genetic type disorder.
Right. But what are they saying about the treatment of it? What are they saying about her current standing? Is it getting better? Is it getting worse? It's never going to get better, but is it, something where,
Yeah. Well, because she's lost most of her hearing, because that's part of one of the symptoms that happens to them when they get older. And her hearing doctor,
right,
her audiologist doctor, he said the first one said it's getting worse, and the second one said he thinks it's just getting a little bit better. So that doesn't look good.
Okay. So okay. So what it really comes down to is because remember, these individuals, they don't always live as long as everybody else. So are they, is she at the point where they're starting to talk about timelines? Is this a situation where, they're not giving her bad news because of the anxiety? Where's all that at?
Yeah. No, in fact, brittle bone disease, you can live forever. It's just, you just have to be careful. There's a lot of things you can't do. She can't ever go skating or do gymnastics or, what I mean? There's a lot of things that keep her from, and actually she can't work because she also has her fingers and her toes hurt her a lot, and her knees hurt her because of the bones. She's also getting arthritis, and we're going to go see another doctor for that too, arthritis doctor. So she can't type anything. It seems like when the vocational lady was talking to her, she said that there were no jobs at all that she could do. And then all of a sudden the judge just started saying that she could type at least on a computer and have an online job or something. And she can't even type because her hands hurt her, her fingers hurt her so much.
Now, usually with the brittle bone, organs start to fail after a while. She's starting to have issues with hearing. When the organs start to fail, doing surgery on one of these individuals is tricky. So, where is she at with that?
Well, she would have to go to more doctors for that, but she does seem to get out of breath a lot when she's going up and down the stairs and stuff like that. So we're going to also look into her, go to a heart doctor and just make sure that, because it does say also that in brittle bone disease, you can also get heart disease too.
All right. Can you do me a favor in the morning? Can you get a cardiovascular specialist? Can you get a respiratory specialist to take a look at her? She's probably got underdeveloped lungs because that's pretty common with the gene problem. The special
Okay.
senses issue. She's good. How are her eyes? Because usually their eyes tend to go. What I usually see is people in their 30s have eyesight problems. Is she starting to have those issues or no?
Well, she's got the blue sclera on her eyes, but she doesn't really have any problems with her eyes.
Okay, gotcha.
She's complained about just mostly her hearing. She can't really hear anything at all.
When was the last time that she had an eyesight test? Snell and chart kind of thing.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay. Do you think you can get one of those as well?
Yes, definitely.
What's her sleep cycle like when she's sleeping? I mean, have they ever done a sleep test to see what her breathing is like? What's going on?
Never. No, not at all. Mm-mm.
I would want to see one of those because I think that would be very telling. Okay. So specialty orthopedic shoes, specialty. So what has she been prescribed to help her with these things?
Nothing. Just the anxiety medication. That's all.
Okay. So a little bit of claim workup. I'm going to do a little bit of claim workup here. And that's just start working on the specialists. Tomorrow, catch up with me after 2. And then basically from there, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard, because, everybody's from a different spot. What I would say is this. Okay, so there's another thing that usually happens. Well, okay. Now here's the deal. When I talk to you about this stuff, are you one of those moms where I can tell you what happens with the individuals, or is it like one of those things where it's like things have to remain a surprise as they slowly become issues?
That's okay. You can tell me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. So I like to ask that because I've had moms freak out on me and then I become the asshole, and I don't, it's the doctor's job to be the asshole. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So, all right, that's good. Just catch up with me tomorrow. We'll go through the details. And then just basically shoot me an email or shoot me a text with the paragraphs. I'll read through them and kind of tell you what the deal is with the remand. And then, and did she ever work? I'm guessing no work, right?
She's never worked a day in her life, no.
And what was her age again?
24.
Okay. Did she filed it all for any of the DAC benefits or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is.
All right. So go look up disabled adult child benefits. It's based off of Title II of the parents and being able to tap into those and stuff. Because remember,
she did have she did have SSI up until she was 18.
Okay.
And as soon as she turned 18, they turned her down. Yeah. They denied her. Yeah.
So is this a continuation battle of getting those SSI benefits turned back on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we've been fighting since she was 18 years old. Now she's 24.
That's
finally
really weird for brittle bone disorder because that never really gets better, So, because the body just with all kinds of things, everything, it just slowly erodes. So it's not like when you said to me they live forever, and I'm like, that's a unicorn situation right there. I don't know. I've never had one like that, So, but you're living in a good time though.
You know why?
Yeah.
I think I know why. Because she has the milder one. It's
Sure.
called type 1.
Yeah.
And everybody right away, they see the word mild.
Sure.
And they think, oh, it's mild. But it's really not.
Yeah.
She has all the symptoms other people could have. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll go through it and, basically see what's going on. But yeah, and that's the thing too. Brittle bone has a massive swing. I mean, you have people that have to be wheelchair, bound and bed bound and all kinds of things, and very difficult. And then you have individuals who can do basic walking and things like that. I mean, has she gotten to the point where she's utilizing a cane because of, basically the tingling sensations and stuff like that in her knees and her legs, or not really yet?
Yeah. She will eventually. I feel it.
Okay.
Because going up down the stairs is bothering her. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right. No worries. I will catch you a little bit later and just catch up with me and we'll go from there,
Okay, I'll call you tomorrow.
Thank you,
Or text
madam.
you tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay,
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I want to do a big howdy to Gisela P for the $4.99 donation. That's absolutely amazing. Said thank you for everything you do. Very, very cool. Let me go ahead over here. Let's hit the speakerphone. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Okay, my case is a little bit complicated. But here's the issue. I was injured in 2002, and I've had several failed back surgeries.
Okay.
And they wanted me to have a fifth one, but I couldn't do it. Anyway, that's not here nor there. I have benefits. I've been receiving benefits. But my husband recently died, and it seemed, so I applied for his, because he was the sole breadwinner.
Yeah.
So
Survivor.
I applied for his benefits.
Yep.
And it seemed like everything was kind of going okay. And now it's hit like a standstill. First of all, I'm not understanding what they mean when they said there's like two different kinds you can get of this, because I'm actually 53, so I'm sure that has something to do with it as well.
Okay.
So can you tell me what kind of, oh God, this is so hard. When I asked, when I went in to apply for my husband's benefits, I said that's, all that I wanted. And then they said, well, no, somebody put you in under this. And I said, well, I didn't ask for that because I didn't want it to conflict with the benefits I'm already getting for myself. So my question is,
okay.
They said they're looking at it medically, and that's scaring me to death because
You're thinking they're looking at you medically. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. So what we're talking about is survivor's benefits, right?
My husband's,
Yeah. So you're the survivor of the husband who passed away. You're disabled. So you're seeking the 50+ rule for basically disabled surviving spouse, right?
Is that okay? What does that mean?
It means, okay. So, I feel like I can feel the tired kind of creeping in my face. Let me go to the SSA website and just read it to you because I feel like my brain just took a moment.
Okay, what they said was because I'm not at like 60, that they're seeing me as a disabled widow. I guess a disabled widow, and that's different than just if I was healthy and working. I guess I wouldn't be able to get his benefits till I'm 60 or 62 or something.
So, okay. So DWBs, I'll just read to you kind of the elements for, what they're looking for. So, okay. So what is it? To be eligible for DWB benefits, if a widower, you must have attained age 50, but not attained age 60 yet. Monthly benefits to widower on the basis of disability are not payable for months before the attainment age of 50, even though the impairment may have existed before the age of 50. So you're over 50, so you can start to go into that collection process. If a widower received D benefits, i.e. benefits paid to the widower's age 60 and older, becomes disabled after attaining age 60, and still it's not going to apply to you. Let me see what else here. This is about completing the report. This is about serving a waiting period. Blah, blah. This is about Medicare. Hold on. I'm seeing if any of these other details really apply. I mean, you were basically married to this person for a while, right? Like, how long were you married to them?
10 years.
Yeah, you're good. Okay. So you're good there. You haven't married anybody else, right?
Oh God, no. I mean, it's still I'm so madly in love with him.
Okay, gotcha. That was such a cute response. Oh God, no. Oh no. That's so adorable. I love that response. That's like one of my, that made my night right there. I feel like better now. Like you just saved humanity for me. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I mean, I am so freaking heartbroken.
Yeah.
I mean, I am.
Yeah.
You finally meet the one, and you know he dies in a car accident.
Oh, that's bad. That's
it
tough.
Wasn't his fault either.
That's
tough. Some jerk crashed into him.
That is tough. That is really, really, really tough. So, what I would say is this. Yeah, you sound like you're going down the track for disabled widows benefits. It sounds like basically you should be okay. Keep in mind they're just looking at your. I mean, look. So what you're worried about is they're going to do a CDR essentially to see if you're still disabled under the rules and regulations. As a cross check to then put you onto this. But I mean, the big thing I would be more worried about is, I mean, did he earn more money throughout his life than you did or no?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. So then the bottom line is the Title II, he should have a higher amount. So you should be able to tap into that. And when was the last time you had a CDR?
Okay. I live in Arkansas.
Okay.
This is a little strange. I always get approved by the government, but then Arkansas comes behind the federal government and they examine me. So that's been happening like every 3 years. I've never had an attorney, never needed one, but I got a feeling that's gonna come up,
Okay. So, I mean, have they sent like forms to you or to your doctors, asking for basically a statement on the record or some sort of interrogatory answers or anything like that?
I've went in once where they had me physically try to do things and all that. That's only happened once.
Okay.
And when they send the forms, they ask, have you and your doctor talked about going back to work? Is your doctor recommending you back to work? That's been no. So, yeah. I mean, I just wait to see what's going to happen.
Honestly, I wouldn't worry about it because remember, if they were doing a CDR, they'd be sending out, a short form or long form to you. How long ago did you go ahead and apply for the, disabled widows benefits, the DWBs?
That was back in October, and I went and checked about a week ago, and because they kept, every time I would go in or call, they would say everything looks fine. We're just waiting for this, and I'm like, okay, well, what are we waiting on? And they said they're looking at something medical, and I was, okay, yikes.
I mean, are you sure it wasn't that they were looking at a death certificate?
No, I gave them all that.
Okay, but are you sure that wasn't what they were looking to go examine? Like, when did you give that to them?
I gave them the death certificate about a month ago.
No.
I didn't. No. I gave that to them the first day I was there. They were waiting on my marriage certificate. That was the last thing they said they needed, and that was about a month ago.
Okay. So they're doing the adjudication. Honestly, you're probably going to know within a month and a half to 2 months either way. So I wouldn't freak out. I mean, they might have just misspoken and said medical to you either way. Because, remember, if you're disabled under their rules and regulations, that's on their computer screen. They can see that. That's whether or not you meet that elemental requirement. So I don't know. I wouldn't worry about it. You're probably going to have a decision in a month and a half to 2 months. Keep in mind, right, with this stuff, they're massively, they're underfunded and underemploying enough, people at the local field offices and DDS reps to actually process this stuff. So my suggestion is wait another month and a half before really starting to worry, because you're probably going to get a decision within the next month and a half.
Okay. I'm going to let you go because, and you do really great work. I don't know why you do this for people, but it is so appreciated.
Thank you. Yeah.
And Wait, I do have one more weird question.
Sure.
How is it the state can question the federal government like that?
Well, I mean, does the state give you any additional benefits on top of the benefits that you're already receiving?
Nope.
How do they question it? Like, is it an actual, like they're doing a review of you for your federal benefit? Like what is their interest in your federal benefits?
Okay. I would usually get a letter from the federal government like every 3 years.
Okay.
And it just asks, some questions, and it's usually simple. I usually don't have no problem.
Okay.
But then after I get approved from the federal government, I will get a packet from the state that they go into intricate detail, literally like I'm filing from the beginning, wanting to know what I do every day, all day, every moment. How do I take care of this? Who does the grocery shopping? Stuff like that. I mean, they take you to the ringer.
Wait a minute. When you say from the state, do you?
Yeah, it's from the state.
So is that the 3368 or 3373 form? Because that just might be DDS for your state. Because remember, DDS is the state-based group that is part of the review process. So if they're sending you a form that asks you about, like, do you take care of others? What are your medications? How do you go shopping? All that kind of stuff. That's just the SSA going through the adjudication. They're just, because remember, when they send you for an adjudication, they send it to the state-based group for each state. Like Florida has DDS, Georgia has DAS, and then everybody else has DDS. But, if it says like disability determination services or like the state of blah, 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 health or one of those things, that's probably just the state group that works on behalf of the SSA.
Okay. See, I didn't know that because originally I had lived in Missouri and I would only get it from the federal government. I would get nothing from the state.
So here's the weird thing. Disability determination services is called something different in literally every state. It's just weird. They all set up different names for what they are. And so it looks like, a different thing, but they're hired on behalf of the SSA to adjudicate the claim at the initial filing and reconsideration level. Once you get through those, if you have two denials, so if you have two denials, you go back to the federal government for an actual judge to adjudicate the claim. But at the initial two levels, it's state-based adjudicators that are basically just filling out forms, looking at, MEs, MCs and stuff like that to make a decision. So they're all part of the SSA. Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, madam. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Batty Beth, thank you for the $1 donation. That's absolutely awesome. Very, very cool. Thank you. So here's the thing, guys. I'm going to take one more phone call and then I'm going to fall asleep because I'm super tired. Let me go ahead and get it rolling. Hi, this is Attorney Walter Hnot. We are live on YouTube. Remember to use a fake name throughout this process. What is your legal question? Go ahead.
Yes, I live in the state of Indiana, and I had a stupid question about our disability here. Why, or shall I say, what does working 5 of the last 10 years have to do with getting disability if somebody becomes disabled?
Well, it's actually worked within the past 15 years, but they're thinking about reducing the rule down to 5 years because it's just a lot of administrative.
In Indiana, they say it's in the past 10 years. You have to work 5 of the last 10 years.
Oh, work 5 of the past 10? Yeah, that's for your SSDI calculations for your quarters of coverage. That's what that is. So,
and why is that? Why is that a law? I don't understand that.
Oh, because in order to go on disability benefits, you got to pay the tax man. You got to work, earn money, pay taxes, pay your FICA taxes, and then that creates what's called a date last insured. And that date last insured moves forward into the future, every time you work and earn money each year. Okay, so
you're telling me.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you're telling me if, say, somebody just got out of high school or freshly out of college, they've never worked a single day in their life, they get a job, they've only been working it for a year or so, They won't be able to get disability if they become disabled.
No, they will, because the quarter of coverage rules are
What's the
different
difference?
under 30. So like when you're under 30, the math is different for the quarters of coverage. But when you get over 30, it's like a quarter of coverage. You got to earn a quarter of coverage per year.
But can you tell me why that's a law? I don't understand why that's a law, because someone like me, I've had 3 different doctors don't understand why I'm not on disability.
What's your date last insured?
What do you mean? I don't get it.
Okay, so call the
Why
SSA.
do I have to be insured to be able to get disability? I don't understand it.
Because otherwise you haven't paid enough money in taxes.
But over my working years, since I started working, I've paid over that.
Well, yeah, but remember, all right, so here's I get where the okay. With retirement, it's all about how many quarters of coverage you have. Did you get 40 quarters of coverage, right? And a quarter of coverage for 2024 costs you $1,000.
Which I've done that.
Right, $1,730 in 2024 that you got to earn, pay taxes on. But for SSDI benefits, regular disability benefits, there's 2 elements. Element 1 is, do you have enough quarters of coverage for your age? And number 2, did you earn them recently enough? And so what that means is that their system requires you to keep working into the future to have enough quarters of coverage to move the date last insured forward and forward and forward into time. And they do that to get people to work and basically work into the future to have enough quarters of coverage. So, okay, so here's the deal. What is your current age?
I am 51.
Okay, so, just to, kind of give a basic roundabout on this thing, since you're 51 years old, let me pull up a little chart here so I can pull up what, the usual thing is. At 51, they are looking for around, let's see, they're looking for around 28 quarters of coverage. No, sorry, 29 quarters of coverage. So your problem is you have enough quarters of coverage, but you don't have enough recent quarters of coverage because you haven't worked in a while. When was the last time that you worked on payroll?
Well, actually on payroll, I worked back in, the beginning of 2020 was when my job ended there and my last job.
So, I mean, okay. So, I mean, here's what I would say. I mean, you probably have a date last insured. That's good. Can you call the SSA local field office, ask them what your date last insured is, and then next week you can give me a call, or if you can always give me a call tomorrow too, but just give me a call and let me know what your DLI is, because that may be an issue, but it doesn't sound like it.
Well, see, and the other thing you're talking about, these 29, is that 29 credits I need? Because they told me I only needed 20 credits.
No, you're going to need more than that. For your age, you're going to need more than that.
That's not what the Social Security office told me.
I'm reading it from their chart. You know what I mean? So, I mean...
So they lied to me.
Oh,
this was just back in October of last year is when they told me this.
Man, I don't know what they told you. When people tell me they lie, like, first off, they got a lot of new employees. So, maybe they got it wrong. You know what I mean? The other side of the coin is, like, you got to find out what your DLI is, because your DLI, if your job wasn't paying you on the...
Three different things.
Yeah. So okay, so
I just don't understand that. I don't understand what's right and what's wrong. I no one's actually telling me the thing. Then I asked about SSI as well.
Mm-hmm.
And according to what my wife makes, because she's the only income maker, I should be able to get SSI.
Well, what's she earning right now per year?
She gets, I think $2,600 a month.
Are you making me do math tonight? All right, let me pull up the calculator.
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it's like about 32.
$3,200 a month.
year?
Oh no, okay, it's
No, she
$2,600.
makes $2,600 a month.
But is that before or after taxes?
That's before.
All right, so she's making $31,200. So she's right at the line.
there you go.
She's right at the line, right? So bottom line is this. SSI, no quarters of coverage analysis because it's not based off of that. It's based off of need. But SSDI is based off of quarters of coverage. You got to call the local field office, ask them what your date last insured is, and ask them how many quarters of coverage you have. And then I can kind of tell you.
Should I qualify for SSI, though?
Probably. Yeah, you should. I mean, I don't know what all the other. Remember, there's a lot of elements to this. It's not just like a financial. Because remember, you told me the deeming element, which is part of element 1. But and I'm assuming you're not currently working. Element 2 is how's your impairment lasted more than. Yeah. So how's your impairment lasted more than 12 months? Do you meet equal or exceed a listing? If you don't, can you do an RFC? Can you do your past work within the past 15 years? And then are there any other types of jobs in the national economy that you could potentially do under the element 5 RTSW rule, which is relevant transferable skills work or unskilled work in the national labor market. So the point is, there's a lot of elements to this pup. Call the SSA field office and ask them what your date last insured is, because I've got to know that before I can really give you any advice as to running into that particular problem.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, at least you're giving me something to think about.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
do appreciate it.
Absolutely. So call them up, ask them what your date last insured is. If you want to be super dupe and cool, ask them what your DLI is. They'll know what it is. And then you can just give me a call and I'll tell you if you're in the green or if you got a little bit of a yellow problem or if you're in the red. Yeah.
Okay. And like I said, I do appreciate your time tonight. And you have a good night.
You as well, good sir. Have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So guys, I want to do a super shout out to Tara Denise for the 99-cent donation. I love the little like super face. That's awesome. That's how I'm feeling right now. Batty Beth, thank you for the additional donation. That's another $2 donation, which is amazing. Very, very cool. Too sexy. Super, super cool. Thank you for calling in. I absolutely love it. I want to go real quick up to here. Cincinnati Fireball, I really appreciate it. She did a membership for 2 months for the appreciation category, which is absolutely amazing. That's awesome. Yes, I'm getting ready to go and basically sleep. With that said, guys, if I did help you with the video, please consider, I'm going to put it in the chat section, going and leaving some stars up on the Google. Basically, you just Google Disability Resolution Florida or Disability Resolution Law Firm. Please also don't forget to like. Please also don't forget to subscribe. Again, if you have like a really big question that's bigger than 5 to 7 minutes, just do the private hour gig. But if you're not sure, start here. This is the best place to start. If you didn't get in tonight, usually on Tuesday, I will go live on Facebook, although I'm thinking about just going live on YouTube and then reposting it on Facebook. But again, last Tuesday, I unfortunately slept through it and then woke up and I felt so good while I was sleeping. I just kept sleeping. So anyways, we did Thursday though. We did do Thursday. I will catch up with you maybe tomorrow, maybe Saturday. We'll have to see. And please take care of yourself. Please make sure you have water and all those amazing things. It is a special year, if you know what I mean. And we will go from there. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. And cameraman, thank you for the 99-cent donation. That's awesome. And I will catch you guys a little bit later. You have a wonderful, wonderful night. Thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Have fun. All right. Bye-bye.